Welcome back.
Thank you for having me back. It's a pleasure. It's an honor.
We've missed you here. People kept asking me, when are you bringing Carlos back? You see, you're popular with my viewers.
That's amazing. I'm really grateful to know that. And it's an honor to always work for the people. That's what I'm here for.
Right. And so I'm grateful today that amongst your all of the busy things you have on your schedule, that you were able to spare this time to spend with us. And today I don't want to spend too much time talking. I just want us to do what we've agreed to do, which is today we are going to channel Jesus again, because I've been getting a lot of requests to do this. So thank you for continuing to watch Conversations with Jennylyn. Today, my guest is Carlos, and he is not a stranger to my show because this is the fourth segment that I'm going to do with him. And today's topic, as I said earlier, is by a lot of requests for Carlos to channel Jesus Christ for us again today. So, Carlos, whenever you're ready, please feel free. Did you want to say anything before you start channeling?
Um, well, just a quick thing to the people. It's an honor and a privilege to be with you guys. I'm really grateful that you guys are attentive to your own spirits and to your own inner knowledge and wisdom. We live in a time where everything is manipulated, uh, caused by lies. We don't know how to even begin to comprehend what's a lie and what is the truth. And so, props to all you guys that are trying to get into union with the divine. The divine is not easy. The divine definitely is a very challenging energy, because to get aligned, we have to move apart everything in the physical world. So it is wonderful. And the messages that come through today, I hope, are taken very seriously, for there are things that want to be spoken of, and some things are uncomfortable. But hoping that it all makes sense to you guys, and we're going to proceed. With the permission of the divine creator, with the permission of my divine mother, welcoming in peace, love, and compassion, truth and justice, Jesus Christ of the heavenly realms, ready to work and serve, Lord, welcoming and blessing the people that are with us this day. May the protection of light, honor, and harmony be with us all. A very good morning to you, Jennylyn. How are you?
Good morning, Jesus. I am great. Thank you so much for affording us the time today. The world is so chaotic right now. I know that all of the heavenly hosts and angels are busy trying to keep order from the heavenly perspective, that I'm grateful to have this time with you today.
I'm grateful to spend this time with you and with everybody who is coming with us, needing answers, guidance, and maybe some kind of hope in a world that's so chaotic. I know the last time we spoke, there were many things, detailed things that were mentioned, and things just seem to get more chaotic as time goes on. So I completely agree with you.
One of the questions I had asked you in the previous interview, I asked you if the war in the Middle East would continue to take so many innocent lives and to continue. And it's been a long time, and it seems like it's not lost its momentum. Should we have hope that that there's going to be a ceasefire?
This situation, as we mentioned before, can get uglier before anything gets better. Unfortunately, as we have tried to speak to world leaders, as we have intervened to channel through their people, they have pushed us back. They have caused more abominations against the Creator, and they have decided that our intervention is not needed. They believe that as we get involved, we meaning the heavenly host, that they and their plans and their money is being affected. We have spoken to Creator in many meetings, allowing Him to give us His wisdom. And He says, one of the ways that He has to get through is through a purification process. Those that don't know, your earth is under a grid matrix system lockdown. Are you with me on that?
Yes, yes, I
This
am.
this lockdown, unfortunately, has become a lot more intense. So, an example, light comes through, they will find a way to patch it with their dark portals in order to keep us out. And some say, but the light has more power than the dark. This is very true. Don't ever forget that. But as long as the world is sitting in a certain frequency, the matrix is heeding to the thoughts of the collective, which is fear based, anger based, jealousy based, as well as vengeful. These energies are not so much of the higher realms, but these are lower vibrational energies that are causing the light to be shut out. The war that is going on is getting more intense, and it's involving more countries,
Yes,
as we probably know already. The last time we had spoken, not all these countries were being mentioned. Now they're bringing up other countries that don't have to do with this, but may be allies to certain countries involved. Correct? It's come to an unfortunate time where we're going to have to go through a purification process. The Lord wants to bring purification in so He can bring His armies and His blessings, His miracles to the forefront. One of the ways that we have to purify is through weather occurrences. The agenda, the goal of the evil ones is to give glory to something else. As of lately, there are many people that are giving attention to the weather. The weather has not been the same. We can all agree on this.
Yeah.
And where it is dry, it is raining. In places where it is supposed to be hot, it is cold. And vice versa. The weather is out of control. Though the people, a majority of them, are blaming the governments. This is not 100% accurate. A lot of what is going on is Creator has decided to bring the purification in by affecting the weather and the way it's working. There will be more storms. There will be more hurricanes. There will be more icy moments. The sun will beam down a lot hotter. For those of you that are watching, we have promised that there will be a peaceful ending. As for the timing of this peaceful ending, it is not here yet. These storms that cause flooding all around the world are a part of a purification process to help rid your system of the evil entities that are being invoked, that these evil ones are sacrificing human lives as well as animal lives to be able to get their job done. That's not a beautiful truth, but it is the truth. They are taking innocent lives to gain power. What do we do, Jesus? You may ask. First things first, to make sure that your homes are filled with only the most potent light, calling upon the violet flame, the purple flame, as some of you call it, the flame that transmutes all things into good, into righteousness. Preparing yourselves for if you put trust in governments, you will find that you will be without hope. So to answer your question, no, at this time, your governments have decided they want to continue their will. So we are coming in to purify. And this purification must come through the storms, the weather in general, to bring about the new era. It is a revolution, an evolution, and it is a part of the whole plan. Am I clear?
Yes, thank you so much. The other question I have is the governments that are running the world. Are they the governments that we appointed, that were elected? There are so many people questioning who is actually running the world. Do you have an answer for this question?
Yes, there is an answer. For some people, it is a scary answer. But yes, the people that are elected into offices around the world, it is shown that they are elected by the people, according to what you guys see on television, according to the internet. It is the people, for the most part, You have some countries that are more in a different system, a different hierarchy system. But regardless, most countries are serviced in this way. Your governments may have their political leaders, but your governments are also ran by black magic. Your governments are ran by fear. And though we may work with the governments to try to help the people, if our plans seem out of their reach, then they will inflict more darkness upon the people. You guys call it war and famine and loss. Another term for this would be dark magic. They are inflicting the darkest weapons upon the people. The ones that be are the ones that are being puppeteered. So you may look at a president, regardless of what country, and you may say, well, they're in charge. That is not true, children. That is not true. They may have word, they may have a position of power, but they are not in charge. For they cannot be in charge, for there are other sectors behind governmental leaders that fulfill the problems that are going on in your society, around the world, affecting on a global scale. Presidents, vice presidents, kings, queens, prince, and princess. They are only a front to the bigger picture. The ones that actually hold the power are the ones that control your banks, the ones that control your systems, your education. Your governments like to put people on the front lines and hide behind them so that they may not get caught. If the people understood and actually knew who ran your world, the people would be angry. Would they change their ways? That depends. Would the people actually stand up? That depends. It depends on the people to actually see the genuine problem. The ones that are in office cannot speak up. Because if they do, the puppet masters behind them will close their mouths. People will ask me, but if they have the power, how can they be moved? I ask you a question. Does a puppet have its own will?
No.
Does a puppet just magically move without its strings?
No.
It is this manner for your political leaders. They do not run anything. They are only the puppets for the true ones that run the show. Your political leaders aren't invested in anybody or anything. They don't invest in schools. They don't invest in your guys' food. They don't invest in universities. They don't invest in the wars. And surely they're not investing in your children. So how can they be the leaders if they are not investing anything. If anything at all, they are being paid to be the puppets so that they may live a more lavish life, a more calm, abundant life, as you would call it, rich. Yes. There are people behind them, very powerful families, very powerful people that wish to not be on camera so that they can fulfill their wants and desires in the world. It is them that want war, not your local governments, not your federal government. They are not the ones that run it. And it takes a massive amount of people to accept this truth. Am I clear?
Very clear. Jesus, what is the agenda behind the people controlling our governments? What do they really want? Why are they benefiting from having governments put us in these wars and a lot of the other heinous crimes that are being committed to mankind?
They benefit because since the beginning, the communities, the people, have never been a number one priority. People, especially in the United States, will say, we the people. Yes, this is the start of the Constitution. We the people. We the people, when they wrote this, it wasn't you the people. We the people meant them. Unfortunately, the higher ups, the rich, the famous, they were defending themselves. And when they started up, that's how this came to be. They allow the people to think that they are free. How free can you be when you're paying half your income towards taxes? How free can you be when every time you minorly break the law, they'll send you in 5, 10 years to jail? How free are you when you are stuck paying bills 24/7? Freedom in the community census has been altered because it is them, the people, that have gained freedom. Temporarily, but they sure have it. Their agenda is to do population control. They need to lower the numbers, the amount of people that are inhabiting the planet. People say, well, that is cruel, Jesus. Why would that be allowed to happen? We don't want that to happen. But they want to control the masses. To control the masses is to have less in numbers. It is easier to control 100,000, 100 million than 7 billion people. Would you agree?
Agree.
You can't control 7 billion people, no matter which way you look at it. But you can control 1 million because it is easier this way. They want population control. They want to live their lives without having to serve the people. For the people think they are being served freedom and justice. There is no justice, nor is there freedom. Only in their pockets do they carry these things on this planet at this time. Their agendas are to create their own city structures,
Mm.
to create their own isolated cities where only people with financial status, people with power, if you will be able to be in these cities. Because for them, people like us who sit at the bottom, as they say, the poor people, or even the middle class, the poor and the middle class are not cared for. Though they don't understand that without the poor and the middle class, they wouldn't be where they are today if it wasn't for them. Their agenda is to create technologies that will put everybody out of work. Their agendas to make technology their God. Technology has become their God. Which is why many people are blaming the weather problems on them. But let's not forget who created this earth, who created the human race. Let's not forget why we're here.
So all the talk we are hearing about the 5 cities, these are not rumors.
Oh no, they are not rumors. There is more than what is being led to believe. They are planning to isolate themselves in riches so the rest of you may fall out. It is not a rumor, it is the truth. How that's going to get implemented, they are trying to work delicately to make sure that they are not caught or brought to justice the way that they should be. You are correct.
So many people, so many spiritual awakened people like myself are saying that the systems that they run are collapsing because more and more humans are waking up to what is going on. Do you think there are enough of us awake to affect some kind of change in terms of stopping this? Because they're trying to block us on every front when we try to help other people who are asleep to wake up.
Unfortunately, not everybody will be able to wake up. Although that's the goal, that's what we want, that's what we're working towards. This is not going to be the reality of things. The Creator is going to as many people as He can to be able to wake them up. Some are waking up subtly, others are waking up in such a bigger manner. People like maybe you or those watching, people like Dragon Trinity, are going to have more awareness, but it is because you guys are choosing that. You're choosing to have that awareness, that truth, that divinity within you. Not everybody is going to wake up because not everybody accepts the true Creator. Not everybody is accepting the true divinity. People are saying that Lucifer, for instance, is the true God. You wouldn't believe how many people are taking this advice and this truth and acting as if this fallen angel is their God, as if he controls, as if he made the human race. That is not true. Others say he doesn't exist.
Yes, I was going to ask you that. A lot of people say there's no devil, there's no heaven, there is no hell.
Okay, and that's fine, those who choose to believe that there is no adversary. And though that may be true in some realms, when has it ever been the truth on earth?
Mm.
If you're in the heavens, there is no devil. You're correct. But are you humans in heaven? No, you are not in heaven.
I would
You are
hope.
in you are not in higher dimensional realms at this moment. You are here. You are on this earth. And as much as many people who say the devil doesn't exist, oh, that's very nice for you to speak when you didn't go against him. People believe that I am Jesus Christ that speaks. I think I'd be the one to know and tell you if he didn't exist. Was it not he that tried to persecute us back in the times when we were living? Was it not he that tried to go against the plan of my father? Was it not he that tormented the people until he hung us on the cross? If the devil doesn't exist, then why go as far as to hang us on the cross? Why go as far as to create tyranny amongst the teachings that we brought back in our living days? Why put such an affliction on the Bible or on anything that is religious, or should I say spiritual? Why go so far to ban anything that has to do with divine authority? I don't think humans understand the war that is with the Creator. If the devil didn't exist, or however you want to call him, then why is God being pushed, siphoned out of your system? Because I can speak clearly, and I know it is not human beings that cause this problem. Human beings are the catalyst, and they will do the will of evil spirits. The best lie ever told was to say that the devil doesn't exist. You know why? Because isn't it better to say he doesn't exist? He can do his work freely without anybody watching him, without anybody praying against him. Don't you think that would be a lot easier for him to move?
Yes. Yes.
If you're not praying against the devil, then he can move freely. He's not bound. He has no fight against him. And he's able to move freely through the higher ups that control your governments. The best lie ever told was this. So some people say, then why do all these people say that he doesn't exist? Because people don't want to face reality. This is reality. This is the truth. And if you've never been visited, nor tormented by that particular spirit, then you wouldn't know. I ask you personally, Jennylyn, do you believe? Do you know that he's there attacking you?
You know, I know. You see what happens. You know what happens to me. I call on you all the time to help me.
You do know. And this is why we come for your aid.
Thank
This is
you.
why we listen, and not just to you, but to everybody watching. We're not going to sit here and say that we like how the people are believing this. It is freedom of choice. If you want to believe that the rocks are your God, well, that is your choice. And until you open your perspective, that's not going to change. If you think your money is going to save you, well, that's your choice. Then money is your God, is it not?
Yes.
He exists. And he's out there causing torment amongst the people. Why would hell exist when this is the same realm of hell? Of course it doesn't exist. You're looking in the wrong spot. You're looking for an underworld. You're looking for something physical. It's here in front of you. The murder, the torment, the shedding of innocent blood, children, the deprivation of food, the lack of clean water. Does this not sound like hell to you?
Yes. Yes.
It is. Though he doesn't exist. I say to those that say he doesn't exist, shame on you. Because this has nothing to do with religiosity, nothing to do with Christianity. The devil existed way before Christianity. And he is the devil for you guys, but he is a very powerful ET in other realms, an extraterrestrial being, a being that wants to control everything on this planet. People say the devil is not a high dimensional being. Be careful. Because high dimensional doesn't mean light. Did you know that?
No.
Dimensional does not mean light. High dimensional means consciousness. He's a very smart one. And he doesn't like for people to know that he exists. Has nothing to do with religion. This has to do with the truth. Religion is the forefront. Religion is only there to propose that God is going to take you down if you don't repent of your minor sins. Am I right?
Yes.
Religion is there to tell you, pay your tithing. It's good for you. Religion is nothing but a business. Has nothing to do with the devil or God. Religion is a business. Your most powerful banks are religions, are the chapels. Your most powerful banks sit in the most gold chairs available.
Mm-hmm.
Your banks are being transferred to high religious figures. If the devil didn't exist, then why push to move the light so far down? Why mute all of you who are trying to find the truth?
Amen.
I don't see another reason for it. Now, there are people who say, well, the devil is more of a energy in the sense of an embodiment. right? Somebody can act like a devil, think like a devil, right? You have had many figures, people, the last hundreds, thousands of years that have acted as an antichrist, as some of you call. Yes? They are only a front to what's behind them spiritually. He exists, and he does not like people like us, people like you.
I know. I know. I'm attacked constantly. And you know. Lord Jesus, there are
Yes,
people who believe the Bible was tampered and that the Bible, the book that religion is pushing, that is supposed to be the source of the truth, cannot be believed because the same powers we discussed that are running our governments, that this book has been redone by them. Is this true?
very much. Yes. It has been redone over and over, manipulated, torn, shredded, burned, rewritten.
Wow.
Yes. Hidden. That does not mean that there isn't faith and light within. That does not mean that we cast every person who believes in the Bible to be lost. For as long as you believe in the true creator, you are not lost. Maybe limited, yes, because of your perception, but not lost. These scriptures have been tampered with. See, your governments find ways to be able to tell the truth through a lie. By karmic design, they are required to tell you the truth. They are required to disclose information. This is why you guys get disclosures all of a sudden from the 1960s about certain things. All of a
And,
sudden, there's hundreds of documents that get released. Do you know why they do this? Because they have to tell you the truth.
and
They have
is it why they put some of it in movies?
in your media, in your movies, in your everyday life, this is correct. They have to tell you the truth. Why? Because they feel that they will escape their karma by telling you this is what's going on, and whether you believe it or not is up to you. But we told you the truth, now leave us alone. Does this make sense?
It makes so much sense. Oh, I want to know that these people are going to be held accountable at some point because I've heard some spiritual teachers say it doesn't matter what you do here when you die and your soul goes home, that everyone is welcomed. And I have a hard time with this because some humans are committing such heinous acts against each other, using dark forces, using black magic, like you mentioned, and using things that are very hurtful to other humans. And I really struggle with believing they're just going to the same place where someone like me, who is trying so hard to stay in the light, is going.
If we all went to the same place, then we would be a bunch of hypocrites.
Mm.
Somebody who has murdered, caused a shedding of innocent blood, can go to the same place as somebody who devoted their life to service for humanity? Let's talk reality for a minute. This is reality. That makes no sense. Not because of purity, you're evil, you're good. It has nothing to do with that. It's intentions. Your intentions are a frequency. So if your God is money, if your God is having a nice Lamborghini, if your God is having a good credit score, then you're going to sit in a vibration that equals that.
Mm.
How can we all go to the same place if your vibration is down here? Somebody, as the people watching, if their vibrations are going up and they are working to expand consciousness to break through the gaps, you can't go to the same place. For there is an unlimited amount of places, unlimited amount of dimensions. Yes. Going to the same place would not make sense. Now, your spiritual teachers that do teach this, they are seeing things from a very different perspective. Are they wrong? It depends on what you're talking about. But for the main part, they are correct in what they are saying, in the sense of our higher souls do come up. Our higher souls do have value to the Creator, right? That is the higher soul. We're not talking about the spirit and the body. What they're mentioning and what they're talking about is the higher aspect of their soul. Yes, those higher aspects are all in the same place because they are all one with the Creator. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So if the higher aspects are all in one place, then what your spiritual teachers are saying is the truth. Again, that is not the truth for those of you on the earth. That is not the truth for those of you that are wishing ill, that are causing problems, the people that are controlling the masses. It
Right.
cannot be.
Yes, because I was wondering what would motivate the person to be a better version. If you know you're going the same place the people are doing ill will to others is going. So thank you so much for that clarification. It was weighing heavily on my heart because you know what is being done to me and others like me. So thank you for that. Another thing I wanted to ask you, and I mean no disrespect with any of my questions. I just want clarification for those people like myself who've been told otherwise, that you weren't really the Son of God and you were not crucified on the cross like we're told.
And the question I ask is, were you there? Were you living 2,000 years ago?
Yeah.
No, none of you were alive then. Your spirits may have been incarnated in those times. That may be possible, but you weren't there. So people say, well, how do you know, Carlos? How is it that you can testify that that is true? He wasn't there either. My body cannot speak because he was not there. It's called faith. I am the true Son of God, as you are a daughter of God, as somebody else may be the Son of God as well. You are all royal heirs to the kingdom of the high celestials. This is the truth.
Thank you.
Yes, I am the Son of God. Am I the only Son of God? No. Is there only one daughter of God? No. Whether the crucifixion happened or not, what happened to faith? What happened to sacrifice? Sacrifice was the most important part of my mission when I was on the earth. Sacrifice is what made everything turn for the better of the people. People say it's not possible for him to have been crucified because who would be dying for other people's sins? Were you there? Was it your mission? If you did not carry the mission to help the collective, you would not know. The crucifixion, even if it didn't happen, will always be a simple, logical sacrifice and a truth in many dimensions. They tried to cover the truth. And there is a manipulation in truth when it comes to the crucifixion. I agree with you. Again, I ask, what happened to faith? What happened to sacrifice? What happened to the understanding that the true creator has no bounds? Those who want to say, I'm not the true son, so be it. Then I would like to see you do better than even I did while I was human. Is that wrong to ask?
No, I love the answer.
Do more. If you think that this did not happen, then I would like for you to do your miracles for the people. Instead of opening your mouth, actually do what was done. Go ahead, raise the dead. Go ahead, teach the people. Go ahead and feed the multitudes. Go ahead and make miracles happen. Do exorcisms. Go out there and teach. If you feel like what I have done is not true, then I challenge you. Get it done. And let's see what you can do as well. Am I clear?
I am so grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Were you married when you were a human and did you have children? Because there are ones that say this as well. And I'm just curious.
Yes. There is a bloodline. And there's many false prophets, false teachers that say that there isn't. But there is a bloodline. One of the reasons why your religious organizations try to keep me at a certain place, they don't want people to know that there is religious figures or people with the bloodline of Christ. Yes, I was married, sanctified under the law, and who I was married to was a divine feminine, a mother aspect of our great mother. She was not just a simple being, but she was the anointed at the time. Does that make sense?
I love and respect you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I'm just becoming very emotional.
What you are feeling is a confirmation to what is true. I do not speak just to speak. I speak to give passion and emotion. As you, there are others who are lost. Let's stop focusing on the minor details, people. Let's start focusing on the bigger picture. Does it really matter if I was or was not married? Does it matter if I was or was not crucified? Some say yes. And I say, then where does the faith belong?
Jesus.
Where is your faith?
The reason that it helps to hear you confirm it, it makes you more relatable, I think. For me, it does. And I thank you for that.
I completely agree. And if that's what helps you, my brothers and sisters, then I'm willing to speak. It is frustrating to talk about my story because even if I was to speak, most people would say, no, that doesn't sound right. Well, again, you weren't there. Only the spirits of the true one can testify. I am testifying. Yes, your doubts are now answered, and you can move forward with firmness and security within your soul.
I thank you so much for that. I love you either way.
I love you.
I'm grateful to you because you do so much for so many. And I'm just wanting more and more in my friends and family in the world to know the truth so that they can resonate with what it is they've agreed to come to the planet to do and to go forward in truth and to put the lies aside because I feel so much of the propaganda is blocking mankind. Because when you were presented as this perfect being, people find it difficult to do what you've done. And they feel like trying to be a good person is almost, impossible because we can't be perfect like you were taught. And this is why I wanted to share this with my viewers so that more people can find you as relatable as you've always been to me.
I can understand the concept of perfection. I never once taught for you to be perfect, never taught for you to be at the top of that, to be blameless, to be without blemish, to have faith. That is very much more the truth that I go upon. If you are blameless at the altar, if your intentions are correct, if you are finding security within your body and within the highest creator, I wanted you guys to have connection with the divine. Because just like then, so many years ago, and like now, we aren't perfect. There is no perfection. The perfection comes from faith. You are made perfect through your faith. You are made perfect through your understanding. Made without blemish through your sacrifice. For the body, it's not possible to be perfect. Your spirit can be, but not your body. You don't need to be sinless, should I say, to be perfect. For you, and just like everybody else, you were born perfect. Your creation is perfect. Your idea of perfection is to be good and to do everything by the book, though the creator does have rules. Your bodies get sick, do they not?
Yes.
Your bodies undergo death process, the bodies undergo imperfections, should I say. So, does that mean that your human creation is not perfect? God made you perfect even with those imperfections. So, you can say, well, if I'm sick, then I'm not perfect. According to Creator, the way he designed you, you are perfect. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
And though the spectrum is very broad in what we're talking about, this is the truth. You are all beautiful, male and female alike. You are all divine, gorgeous beings. Your hair is beautiful. Your bodies are beautiful. You are perfect. So what? You guys lose your temper. Okay, well, let's fix it. So what? You guys don't believe in certain things. You don't believe in me. Okay, well, let's fix it. Because there's always a way. Perfection is not the end goal. Perfection is within. And for a lot of you, it is a blockage. Trying to be perfect to obtain a higher celestial glory. Stop trying to be perfect and actually accept yourself for who you are. Accept that you fall, that you have corruption for some of you. Some of you may be going through depression problems. Others of you are going through sickness. Some of you are just angry little souls. Okay, then let's work on it. Because the perfection that the body gave you, that God gave you, is going to help perfect your soul. Am I clear?
You're very clear. Thank you so much. I don't want to eat up all of your time. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you want mankind to be aware of, or anybody watching this?
It's time to stop focusing on, as you would call, the petty details. Let's focus on faith, nurture, justice, and reform. If we're going to make it out of this hole that we are in, then we need to focus on bigger things. Let's focus on coming together. Though not everybody belongs to the Creator because not everybody wants to be with the Creator. That is their choice. Let it be so. But those of you who want to be with the Creator, let's push past the barriers of questioning and get more into the realm of faith, of knowledge, of wisdom, and inner intuition. Listen to your intuition, not your ego. Can I be clear on that? Not your ego. Because the minute you start getting defensive is the minute that you are within your ego. If you're going to get defensive, then you close your chakras. You close that top chakra in your head, it closes. The minute you get defensive, you have cut yourself off from source. Don't be defensive. Listen, integrate, and expand. The rest, you will be able to take care of. No problem. This is all I have this day.
I love you so much, and I thank you for all the ways you are protecting us, although I know there's so many of us needing protection. I thank you especially for the children who are being sacrificed in rituals and the humans who are being trafficked. And more than helping me, I hope we can help to stop this from happening to any human.
And one of the best ways to be able to help in this cause of what you're mentioning is to call upon your spirit guides so that those spirits and angels can actually assist in the process. Most people feel helpless because they say, I want to help, I want to speak up. You don't have to speak up if you're not comfortable with it. Sending your angels to go and help children, to go and help the trafficked children, the trafficked adults, is quite enough, because sending your light is going to help. Even if it's just one person, it will help. Don't feel helpless because you are not in the bigger game. For you may not be able to be in 1,000 different areas, but us spirits, we can be. We can watch over. And you bet on everything that you guys are that we're going to work hard regardless. Understood?
Understood. I thank you so much, and I'm hoping I could invite you back, and maybe we can do a segment on that if you have the time.
If the Lord permits it, we will do it. We are given permissions by the great Creator on what to speak about and what not to speak about. Just depends on what the collective is ready for.
Okay.
What may be given is of Creator's will. What is not given is because there will be a later date for this truth to be revealed.
Okay.
But it is an honor to always speak to you guys the truth, even if the truth hurts. I think we're going to have a great time telling the truth.
I think so.
That's all you guys need. You just need the truth. The truth will set you free, they say.
But you know, Jesus, there are going to be people that are still going to question if I'm actually speaking to Jesus. But for me, it's their loss. I am doing what I have to do. And if they can't accept it, well, that's not my problem.
Well, as I've said before in other times with you, if they don't accept these words, unfortunately, they are blocked within themselves. It is not me they have to accept. It is themselves that they have to face.
Right.
They have to face inner skeletons, inner traumas. Of course, they're not going to accept me when they are sad within themselves. But they will find their way. Maybe not today. Of course, not next week. But sometime in a near future, they will find their way. Is that clear?
Very clear. Thank you so very much. And thank you to all the angels and everyone in the heavenly realm that are fighting for us and that are guiding us. We are all, on behalf of all the humans that are working for light and love, I would like to say thank you.
On behalf of the heavenly host and the realms of the high angels, we love you and we thank you as well. Love and peace to you guys. I'll let you guys go. Have a beautiful rest of the days that are given to you. And do not be sad, children, for there will be brighter days. Whew. Okay, I am back.
You're tired. You were channeling for a while. Your face is red. I can tell. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to drain all of your energy.
No, it is okay. Um, Definitely it is tiring for someone to channel a high dimensional being for that long, but it is definitely worth it. always.
Oh my God, it was so powerful. I don't know how much of it you're aware of, but I cannot wait to edit it. I feel so blessed and so lucky. I'm not going to keep you longer because I get that this takes your energy. So you tell us what you want to say and I'll wrap it up.
Again, it is an honor to be able to do this. I, those of the people that know me, they know that I'm not one to speak these kinds of truths. I've always been the kind of guy that just kind of teaches the spiritual side of things. I don't like getting involved. I'm not the kind of guy that's like, oh, look at me, look at what I'm saying. That's definitely not me. um, I was very nervous to channel Jesus today
You were?
because I
Why?
because of the dreams that I had. I knew he was going to speak some very heavy stuff.
I asked him those things though. I
And
came in with the full guns.
yes, and I always try to keep things in a more simple context. Unfortunately, we're in the times where that's not possible anymore. And the dreams that I have, because I get all of my revelations through my dreams, they did show me that more truth was going to come out. I'm not the kind of guy to speak these kinds of things because it's, for me, as I would say personally, it's none of my business. I am only the vessel to what higher beings are teaching. And those who know Dragon Trinity, as you guys know me on TikTok, you guys know that I'm more on a different kind of sector of things. So this is definitely a nerve-wracking moment uh, to be able to speak and really voice the truth without holding it back. And I thank Jesus for that because I'm always holding back the truth. I always hold it back because of the personal fear of speaking. And he just he just took it right out of me. So thank you for that.
Oh no, thank you. I could never channel like that. And I have been hearing things where they're saying Jesus was married and had children, and of course we're not taught this in school. He's
Right.
made to sound like this person who no human could be. And so I asked the hard questions. Has the Bible been tampered? Do we trust the Bible? He answered them. And these things were weighing on my mind. And I feel so happy that I had the courage to ask him. And I told him, I don't mean any disrespect by the questions I'm asking. It's just that these are things that I keep hearing. And I wanted clarification because I need to know the truth, you know? And I told him I'm asking also because it makes him more relatable.
Yes, Jesus Christ can relate to all of us. There's a reason why he was chosen as a sacrificial lamb. You can't be a sacrificial lamb when you can't relate to even a quarter of the population. You have to be able to relate to everybody. And it doesn't matter where you go around the world, people relate to Jesus Christ. Whether they're in India, they're in China, they're in the US, they're in Canada, Peru. I mean, you look all over the world and there's testimonies of Jesus Christ. And not everybody is church based. You know, he relates to every skin, personality, every color, every age. This is why he's the sacrificial lamb. And that's something that he didn't explain. He didn't want to go into detail, but I wanted to bring that up for him that he was chosen by God because of that, because he relates to everybody.
So do you tell us what he wants to say, or do you just tell us exactly what you're getting? And I'm asking this for people watching this so they can't think it was you answering the questions.
I am only the vessel. I have my own opinions about how things should be. A lot of me wishes that there wasn't wars and we can just all live like little hippies on the ocean. A lot of me wants us to just not have to work an 8 to 5 job and go in and gather and eat food. I want to eat. I'm not into all this kind of stuff. I'd rather eat, explore, have fun, go swimming, and enjoy my life. Because if anything that God has taught me, He has taught me to enjoy the short lives that we have. I am only the vessel to such a bigger consciousness. And for those of you who may doubt it, that's okay. But one of the interesting things is even I struggle to channel these words. Before I went on this show with you, I was outside contemplating,
Yeah,
God, is this? You know, it was hard. It was I was asking Him, is this right? I'm asking Him this. Is this correct? Why would I ask Him that? There's no need for me to ask Him that if they were just my words. You know, I want to make sure that what I'm giving to the people is also accurate. I'm also out here teaching all of you guys, and it wouldn't be fair for me to just speak my words. Nobody needs to listen to me. I'm nobody special. But the God that comes through me, He is. He is, you
yeah,
know,
because people who don't understand, a lot of people don't understand the concept of channeling. And I didn't for a long time, and I was doing it my entire life. And I wasn't doing it like you in a formal way, but I'd be with people and something would pop into my head and it would keep coming in my head. And then I'd say to the person, I don't know why, but I keep hearing, and then it resonated with whomever I'm with. But I'm not a shaman, I'm not a spiritual teacher. I just happen to have a gift that I randomly acknowledge because, to be honest with you, it kind of scares me. And I don't want to pass on any misinformation. But you are clearly a channel and you were clearly bringing through the information. You were just telling it as you were receiving it. And I could tell because when he made a comment about there is a devil and you know Jennylyn, your face turned red. And I was laughing because I pray to him every night before I go to bed because of the stuff that happens to me, you know? And so that's what he was, I know that's what he was inferring. And I knew that couldn't be you because you don't know. I don't pray
right,
to you.
right. I don't know any of you guys. I know very few people, a lot of people, but few compared to the masses, right? And so to even try to say for a minute that I know exactly what you guys are doing or I know exactly what's being said, I may have the gifts to be able to pick up on it. But that's not a gift that's given to me lightly. That is something that I give glory to the higher creator. I give glory to Him. None of it is my glory. Because, first of all, again, I'd rather go home, eat some nachos, go swimming, and have some fun, listen to music. That's me.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, that,
yeah, we should do that.
that's the human part of me. And so even for me, it can be a challenge. It is a task sometimes. It's funny, before this show, I was praying to Him and asking Him, is this right? I've never, ever questioned if what I was going to say was right until last night and this morning. And I think that is a very
Did you
interesting.
know? Did you know the questions I would ask? Why were you questioning? Because we've brought them through before. We're going on an hour and a half, so I don't want to wear your energy
Yeah,
out. So
no,
I'm gonna wrap it up after this.
it's, I didn't know what was going to be asked. It was a feeling.
Oh, and you said you were dreaming stuff too.
And there was things that I saw that related to your questions that you just asked.
Ah,
And so I knew that something was coming. Very detailed questions were coming. and I needed to make sure that I was ready to answer those questions. I really didn't know what you were going to throw at me, so I was just like, Lord, you got this. You can take the wheel, Jesus, take the wheel.
I don't know. I was like, okay, I'm going for the big ones, and but I prefaced it, but I don't mean disrespect. But these are questions. This is what the questions I ask is based on the information that's flying around me constantly. And I'm questioning, like, was he married? Did he have kids? Because you hear what they're teaching you in church are lies, it's not the truth, they've changed the Bible. And these are things what better place to get the answers than from him? And thank God, thank you, Jesus. He answered it. And for anybody watching, when I'm gonna go edit it now and send it to you. And go enjoy your Saturday. Go eat those nachos and go swimming.
Thank you so much for the
I
time.
love you so much, Carlos. I'm so grateful to you that you could bring this information to the world. You have no idea the gift you're giving to those who question. I'm going to put it out there and God will decide who hears it.
I appreciate you and thank you for the opportunity. Thanks to all of you. And y'all already know if you need to get a hold of me, I am around. I'm always here to help you guys on a bigger scale and on a personal level. So definitely peace and blessings to you guys, and may your paths be opened always.
I'm going to put a tag with your information so anyone who wants to find you can find you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you more. God bless. Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend.
You as well.
And thank you so much for watching Conversations with Jennylyn. This one is going to knock your socks off. You heard from Jesus directly. It's not Carlos. It's not me. Jesus was speaking through him. And I hope I asked the hard questions and that this segment is going to bring you peace and a lot of answers. And I love you guys, and I will be back soon. You heard me ask Jesus if he would come back and talk about the human trafficking. And he said, as long as God will allow it. So hopefully we'll be back soon with Carlos nonetheless. And have the best day. Bye.
Broadcasting from Silicon Valley, California, this is Conversations with Jennylyn.